number greater than 0 less than 1000 number equal to minus 1000 number less than 0. This and this, so they are here safe. So what we are putting here, actually it is, I will just bring directly from there to show you what it is. It is my chart, this bar chart, and I am just taking bar chart, this activity status and start forecast finish. It can also be actual finish and the baseline finish. Copy them, and there is a use for these values because they are helpful. This budgeted total cost we do not need because we already have, so I will put this to complete performance index. Sorry, not like this way. I will put it in the last, and here everything is set. Okay, so what happens with that, it is showing us the delay because we have created the delay as well. And if I think I didn't mention delay here, you can put delay by two ways. You can bring the delay through total float as well, the minimum of total float, or you can find the delay by yourself. It's very simple. You need to understand the concept of that. What we are doing, we are taking a date diff, because whenever we are using two dates and we want to find the difference between them, all we need to do is use date diff. Then what we are doing, maximum of, we are going into the fact table, maximum of forecast finish date, which can be forecast or which can be actual finish. If the activity is finished, it is the actual finish. If activity is not finished, it is the forecast finish. So the maximum of that date minus means the second date, maximum of project baseline date. So if I go into P6 and show you that this is my baseline date, okay, 18th August 2019, and finish date is this. If you do not have A written there, so that means it's a forecast finish. If there is a A, so that means this is actual finish. So what we are doing, we are saying this minus this, so that means either the activity is going to finish that many days late or earlier than the baseline date, or the activity has already finished that many days later or earlier than the baseline. So it is 8th October, it is 28th July. So apparently this activity is finished, but there is no total float. Definitely there will be no total float because activity is finished. But actually this activity finished somewhat 2 months later or 2.5 months later than the baseline date. So it will show you there whether the activity was finished earlier or later. If the activity is not finished, so definitely there will be some total float. So let's say if I just check the total float here, currently it is not because everything is finished apart from that, which is 0. So let's bring here the WBS to -1. Okay, I think I have used some filter. Yeah, it was a filter there. -18. So let's see. In fact, better to bring the BOQ again back, because I know I'm just going to use that BOQ. Now you see 18. Where is the 18? In preliminaries, or let's say this finishes, it is showing us the -14. So this -14 means 9 September is forecast finish date and baseline was this. If we talk about this, right now it is not showing any total float, but it is 7th January 2019 and 20th February. So it must have a positive float in our Power BI. It will be showing us that the activity finished some 2 or 3 weeks before. So let's see masonry works. What is the status of masonry works? If I go in masonry works and if I remove all the filters here, it is showing 44 days earlier. And if we see, let's say if I click on masonry, you see the dates will be changed, 7th January and 20th February. If I go 7th January and 20th February of masonry, so it is telling me that this item, this can be your control point, this can be your floor, this can be your area zone. This item finished, if it is on the green color or right side, it is finished 44 days earlier. If it is on the left side, it finished or it might finish based on your current status on these dates. Okay, so if I want to see okay whether this is finished or not, so if you click here, it will change the status here. So now it is showing it is completed. Okay, so that means this is actual finish, not the forecast finish. So this activity or this work finished 29 days later than the baseline date, which is appearing here. 29th October was the baseline and we finished on 27th, so it is almost a month late than the baseline, and the status says it is finished. So similarly, if you want to see which activities are in progress or not started, let's say if I click on not started, so the filter will tell us which activities are actually not started here. So it will move, see, these are the items which are not started, means it has something not started in them. So that way you can analyze so much, means all the parameters and whatever you want, it is going to be very good for decision making. So we have done this. So we did this for cost as well because we want to analyze things, and we have done this for labor as well. And this can be a floor. If you have a high-rise building, you can make this floor wise, each item, each floor. It's a very good combination, where so much flexibility here. So here what we need to change these values into the labor value. So first of all, I will go to bring the budgeted labor unit, then here plant value labor, so plant value labor will come here, and earn, so hand to hand plant value per labor percent, earn value labor will be here, yes, earn value labor percent, actual cost labor, actual labor percent, schedule variance, labor, so these are, you are going to do all these things, I mean, first one time, not necessarily you need to do every time, maybe little bit changing in your dashboard to put data some in different way for different projects. It takes time definitely, so it's your choice how you manage your dashboard. Variance at completion labor percent, okay, CPI of labor. Now you see everything is used 2 times, and we can do much better control our project. And SPI of labor, similarly TCPI of labor should come here as well, yes, here. Okay, so this sheet is also done, so we will save that. So everything here is based on the labor resource, labor manpower. You can change that as well. So what next we can do, we need to make a summary kind of report. So let's start making summary report, and then we will see what type of things we need there. Maybe we do not need all these things here. So let's say I will just make a copy of this sheet, duplicate of this sheet, because themes will be there, so it's easy to work on them, and I will name it summary, cost summary report. Okay, so here what we will do, I think I have idea what to do there, what to do with the information. If we need any of them, we can bring them, but right now I am just removing from here. And now we want our typical metrics which we use usually in the earned value. and that is, I don't need time here, rather I need now these values, okay, schedule variance, cost variances, and I need the other parameters as well. So first of all, I will bring my budget. I need to know budget against each of the heads. So budgeted total cost is here, like that. And I now need something else, which is my plant value.